Maine has no two communities with the same situation, with the same assets. We have large cities, little remote rural schools, and we have everything in between. Maine is geographically and demographically very diverse. Any kind of a one-size-fits-all program is going to fail somewhere. So we have many needs that we're trying to meet. But I think what we're looking for is something that would be customizable to address the specific needs in each community, because their goals and the needs that they've identified are different. This is an amazing model for that reason. It's a great system for tying together the programs, approaches, data collection that already exists.
Right off the bat, when I was introduced to the BARR program and the whole concept behind it, it was all based on building relationships with students, creating a safe, caring environment, and supporting the needs of students.
We're always looking out for one another, and we are honestly making sure that every single student is succeeding, and that we understand that not every student has the same pathway. So it's nice to know that we're helping them succeed in all aspects.
We often look so much at the academia. If a child's falling apart socially, emotionally, they can't really learn very well. And this is one way to help us do that even better.
BARR has really allowed us to be more efficient and intentional about what we do here, and I think people enjoy spending less energy and being more successful.
I think as a new teacher, it would have been a blessing to start off in BARR. There were many things I did on my own where I wasn't sure if I was doing it right or wrong. You're not on an island by yourself, and I think BARR brings us together, and it definitely brings us with the kids together.
Seeing I-Times and the aftermath of them, you can just see that connections between teachers and students are more instantaneous.
I always build a relationship with my teachers so they can help me in my education, but also as people if I ever need that support.
The Westbrook High School teachers, they care a lot about their students, and you can just tell the way they talk to you. They'll just go an extra mile for you, and it's awesome. I appreciate it so much.
I worked with BARR at the high school. I was an assistant principal at Westbrook High School. And then when I got to the elementary level and I saw that BARR could be more beneficial, some of my favorite moments have been in Big Block. If you have a student who's maybe not reading at the level that they should be, kids at a younger grade level, teachers at that level might know some strategies to support that reader. I think it's increased a level of mutual respect, because when you're in your little vacuum, you don't always know what other people know.
Having BARR with those block teachers is really important, that they're going to be able to make connections with each of their students and learn more about them, and then meet together to discuss those.
As elementary school teachers, we feel like we know our kids very well. They're with us all day. Having those you times, that gives you an opportunity to really look into their lives.
The transition to high school is big. I think the advantage of having the end of the year transition sheet for 8th grade going into high school is the high school teachers will get a snapshot of these students, not just the data, but really what interventions worked, what sports they're playing, so they can start building upon that the minute those students walk through the door.
Fundamentally, what BARR helped us to do was it helped us to identify what were the greatest risk factors for our students here in this community. And I think that helps in any community, but in particular here, what we began to see was there's a huge mental health component, which coming out of the pandemic has only been exacerbated. I believe BARR has allowed us as a high school to increase the mental health supports that we have here at Westbrook High School. And we've really created a network and a suite of services.
From a student perspective, BARR does make a huge impact, and the activities that come along with it, I-Time, helping to plan for the future and recognize characteristics about yourself, is important to self-discovery, but building relationships is important to helping the students succeed academically and go on to succeed after high school.
Honestly, after all of this, I think that my senior year is going to be calm, it's going to be good, I'm going to be happy, and this is going to get me ready for my college experience.
I-Time is like an amazing thing to do to get to know people. You go from asking questions about people, and then you either agree or you understand where they're coming from, and you just learn new things about people, and it grows a better community in the Westbrook High School.
education looks different than it does at the middle school and it does at the high school. So knowing that that will carry them may ease some anxieties or worries that the students may face.
I think sometimes they get to us in freshman year and there's some avoidance in math, and iTime gives them a chance to maybe speak out a little bit more. We learn about the kid in a different light. It also gives us a chance to share our stories a little bit too, which it gives the kids, I think, we're more people than, and I always say we're mentors now, not teachers right now.
In my 30 years in education, this is the best system of support and intervention for students that I have ever worked with, hands down. Any administrator who is thinking about this, it is worth the investment for your students, it's worth the investment for your teachers, and it's really, really great professional development for your entire school community.
I just see it as a program that is truly intended to help us as educators to not let any child fall through the cracks in any way, shape, or form.
BARR is not an extra thing on teachers' plates. It's absolutely essential, and it makes our jobs easier.
We want to open up that plate. We want to make sure that what they're doing and what they're spending their time and professionalism and energy on is impactful and not duplicative in any way. We don't want to tell them, this is what'll work. They'll tell us what'll work, and we're going to wrap around and support that on behalf of the students in the state.